Carson-Newman takes down UVA Wise by 25 points on this Thursday afternoon. Andrew Rogers here with Mike Mincey on the Eagles Sports Network. Coach, win 251 today to become the winningest coach in program history here. Probably came a little bit later than you wanted it to this season, but what does that mean for what you've been able to build here and for this program to be so consistent as it's been to get that mark?
Well, I'm going to give a short answer because I liked when Nick Brennigan had to talk about himself the other day. He said he doesn't feel comfortable with that, and I don't either because, yes, I'm the head coach here, and you got to recruit and things of that nature, but, you know, I don't score any buckets and that kind of stuff. And I don't even want to say coach's cliche crap, but honestly. But we've had, you know, above me is a bunch of All-Americans. We've had All-Americans. We've had Players of the Year in this conference. And so you got to have good players, and you got to have good assistant coaches that have served you. And I'll reach out to all of them. I'm not going to because I don't want to forget somebody. But that's the thing. You got to have the loyalty, and you got to have the people that believe in your system. And I have all the coaches that have assisted me on the bench. Now I've got Coach Nichols with me, and all those great players. That's who gets 251. And certainly, you know, being up there with Eddie Carter, who's a great coach as well, you know, is what it is. But I will say this, and I think this is probably the coolest thing of all. You know, my wife, Shannon, is the all-time winningest coach in volleyball history here. I think she's at 189 in 10 years. I'm in my 14th year, so I've had more time. But and if it hadn't been for me here for so long, you know, she would be coaching college volleyball today. So so it's a husband-wife. We got two coaches in the house, and we're both all-time leaders in our respective sports at the collegiate level. So it's kind of that's probably cooler than any of it, to be honest with you.
Looking at this game and how it played out today, 12-0 run really set the tone. Braylon was clicking early, made her first 5 shots. What did that start do to kind of set the tone for how this game was going to get played? I don't think Wise got any closer than 7 after that early run.
We already know when you get Braylon and Lindsey going on the same day, you can get good offensive performances, and then it just helps everybody else along. I think those two had, 36 of our 52 points in the first half. Of course, Lindsey's 8 of 8, didn't miss a free throw. Ends the game going 11 of 12, 10 of 10 from the free throw line. And that's what we need. I mean, if we're going to be a contender in this league down the stretch, I mean, we have to get big production out of Lindsey and certainly out of Braylon as well. And then we've been having conversations about getting that other scoring out of other people. And we got to highlight Tori going 4 of 8, 3 of 6 from 3. And then Keely in just a limited amount of minutes because she didn't play in the fourth quarter when we had emptied the bench. But she goes 3 of 6. That's 50%. And that's the kind of extra that we're needing out of our other players not named Braylon and Lindsey.
We'll focus on Lindsey. Tied her season high with 32. Got 1,000 points in her Carson-Newman career today. Only missed 1 shot. It was that jump shot she took from 18 feet. Yeah. What did you like about her activity? It didn't just seem like when you threw it into her, she made a good post move, but she was also getting on the glass with offensive rebounds. What did you like about her activity?
I mean, you said everything I like. I mean, when she had opportunities near the rim, she cashed in. She had a nice little floater with her left hand over the front of the rim, and she was just on it today. And then, in addition, she was crashing the glass. I don't know how many of those were putbacks, but that presence is just so key, and it's so huge, and it's a big confidence for our players who didn't get to play with that all last year, and now this year, you know, they need to enjoy that throughout the rest of this season.
You mentioned Tori, and we'll bring it up because she had tied her season high with 13, hit a career high 3 threes as well. First time she's done that. So how can a player like Tori Rutherford use today's game to propel her to continue to do that other scoring that you mentioned? Because teams are going to focus on Braylon and Lindsey. Others have to step.
I mean, I hope it brings her some confidence, you know, she's capable. We have a lot of capable players. They just haven't necessarily produced throughout this year. And, you know, the one thing I'll say is it's great that we're getting this stuff done at home because we have played great at home. But we got to go on the road and do well. And that's the one thing that's been missing this year. All of our losses have come, all 5 of them have come on the road to teams with a 71% or winning percentage. But kudos to Tori. We've had conversations about this. I'm really kind of tired of talking about it, honestly. And to see her step up and provide that extra scoring punch outside of Braylon and Lindsey is super positive for our team.
Final question. Really good on the glass today, 53-36. I think Wise was +7 or +8 on average on the glass. So to get them by 17 is pretty impressive. Crittenden had 8 in the last 8 minutes of the game. What you like about your team's ability to win the glass?
Well, it's just effort. You look down through there, and Lindsey had, 7? and then there's a bunch of people that have rebounds. I mean, you're talking 3, 5, 5, 2, and we have to do that. Oh, there's Nate. Ashlyn had 8 rebounds. All right.
8 minutes.
And 3, so she had a rebound a minute and 3 offensive rebounds. So good for her. But it's just good, clean basketball. Wise is a good team. I mean, obviously they have good players, and they just had a big win at home against Anderson and played well. So we knew we had our work cut out for us. It's a weird game. It was canceled yesterday. It's a 3:00 start. I'm thankful, obviously, that Wise could get here and we could get the game out of the way. But I thought our kids just came out and played with great energy, and put the ball in the basket again at home. Pretty efficient. Can be better, but it was pretty efficient. Free throw shooting was certainly good.